Yeah, welcome back. So we'll continue with our text formatting element. However, most of the text formatting, like we have explained before, all these things are in between this body, so you can put space so that you not do mistake and write outside here. And then let's move forward. Like okay, so there's a tag called heading. We have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, and heading 6. So the heading 1 is the biggest, followed by heading 2, then heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, till heading 6. So let us just have the effect. The tag for heading 1 is H1. We'll now do the starting tag H1 and we'll close it. So you can see that it will close by itself before you even close it. So the heading 1, that is the code for heading 1. And let's just write this is our heading 1, and let me just copy this so that I can use it. So let's do heading 2. If h1 is heading 1, what should be h2? Ask yourself. You can pause the video and ask yourself, so it's h2. So you can see this is our heading 2. Then we go forward and h3, that is our heading 3, then h4, and that is our heading 4, h5, heading 5, and the last among the headings is h6, and there is heading 6. Like I told you, h1 is the biggest, followed by h2, then h3, h4, h5, and h6. So let's save and see the effect of this h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6. So you can see this is our h1, the biggest, followed by this our h2, h3, h4, h5, and h6. So this is a heading tag that is mostly used to write the head, or that is mostly used to add the title of any text that you want to write. So the biggest one, like the one that suits your document, like you check how big it is. Okay, probably I want to write list of students in my class, or list of products we have on our website, and you can say, okay, this h1 will be too big for that kind of stuff, let's use h3, or let's use h4. The heading that you want is the one you use. You understand? And if you notice something, we did not add br, and it goes to the next line, so automatically on the default level, the head, that's why they call it the head, nothing will stand beside the head, or else you use css to control that, but nothing will stand beside the head, because they believe the heading part should be the head, should be the title of a website, of a particular texting. You understand? Let's do one example down here. Probably want to say students, let's say want to write h, let's use maybe h3, don't want it too big, let me say students in our class. I will say save. So we can then now, you can see the students in our class, you can see how it is. So we can then now write different thing, like probably want to do a paragraph and see Tunde, another one P, Yenny, and so on and so forth. When we see, you can see that they are listing under this thing, or we even just write Tunde, and it's not good to write code like this anyway, not that. Yenny, and in between this Tunde and Yenny, I want a break, so we could just write br and save. So you can see Tunde and Yenny, this is their heading, this is student in our class. So this list, so this is the title. You can see that it's not this h3. So that is the kind of how big, how I want my title. Depending on how big you want your home, you might decide to use h1, h2, h3, any one that you want to use. So that is heading tag basically. I hope you understand that part. So let's move forward. There's another tag called there's another tag called KBD save, and this KBD is almost exactly like code. You can see they look very the same. Let me write this is code tag. This KBD means keyboard actually, so you see that they are the same thing. And that's why I said there are some tags that used to look like themselves in most cases. I hope you understand that part. Now um, let me just give you another two tag and we'll go ahead. Now there's a particular tag called span. However, before we even go there, whenever you don't understand the concept of a particular tag, you can take your cursor. If you are using Visual Studio Code, you can take your cursor to the tag. The Visual Studio Code will explain at the top. You can see the HR element represents a paragraph level semantic break. You see, it's going to break it in a paragraph level. A scene change in a story or a transition in another topic within a section of the document. That is how HR. Sorry, HR is horizontal line actually. So the BR is where you can see break. Said the BR element represents a line break. That is BR. The sub. See, the sub element represents a superscript, which is this, like you understand. And sub means represent a subscript, that is this. And this one's code, it said the code element represents the fragment of computer code. Just look at the computer code. This could be an XML element name, wherever. And if you can check this, the heading one element represents a section heading. So another one, this is a section heading. The section heading, depending on how big you want them to be. You understand? And this is the date element represent a remover from the document. This is just a sign that okay, we don't want this. You just add a stripe. If you want to add a stripe to any text in your website using del or stripe, will be cool. And this underline, you see the u element represent the span of a text with unarticulated through wherever so it's just like underline, and this is an italics, and this is a bold, and that's how it goes. So there's a tag called spam. This tag most of the time doesn't really have too much it's doing. You can see that I just write the text exactly how it is. So it's mostly useful in CSS because this spam is a kind of text that it will not go to another line, but is a tag. You understand? It will not go to another line. It will still inherit the parent. For instance, I probably want to write span. I want to take all these things inside the H1. Let's see. You see that he inherited the element of H1. You see it now, but you just want to separate it. Probably you want to use this span to style this particular place. That's when you get to CSS, you actually understand better, sha. So it inherits the parent tag. This is the parent tag. Now let me explain the aspect of parent tag for you. For instance, maybe let's say school. And there's no tag called school. I just want to use an example. And you hand the school. Inside school, what are the parent tag of the school? But for instance, what are the things that are inside the school? We have students. Abi, that is the parent tag of a school. Then we have teachers. That is another parent tag. You can see this school, then this school supersede these two things. They are under it, they are in between it. This is their parent. You understand? And this another child, this is a child tag, that is a tag inside a tag is called a child tag, and the one who is holding the child is called the parent tag. So a child tag can still have his own child. Probably inside the student want to have something like book. You understand? And so on and so forth. So that is how it actually works. So that is what we mean by parent tag and child tag. So anything can be a parent and anything can be a child. For instance, okay, let us I've talked about the what is it called, the 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 span tag. So the span tag actually inherits the particular inherits the particular tag in the the parent tag basically that is span for you. So when we get to CSS, you understand what we mean by tag and by span most of the time. And after we talk about span, this one inherits, like say, let's say we write mama here, and there's another span. Probably we say span, span, and the span. Let's say we write baba. Where we see, you see that they will be beside themselves without an indication that they are different tag. That is how span works. It will be beside themselves. They will be like together. Another one is div. Yeah, div. This one will take the whole line. For instance, let's write baby, and another one, let's say div again. Let's say baby, and let's say child, and let's see, you see that they are beside each other, but when you get to the code, they take a different line. This one take his own block, and this one take his own block. This particular, a single line is called a block in HTML. This one take this whole block because there's nothing beside it. This one take this whole block. So this is span here, they share the same block. So if you had more span, they'll still be sharing this particular block, you understand? But when you use div, they are not going to share the same block. They are going to be in another block. Sure, you understand? So that's the difference between span and div. So when we get to CSS feature, you understand the concept of div and span very well. So I just felt it's necessary for me to talk about it now, so that you have one or two understanding what we mean by div. So thank you for watching this class, and before I even thank you for watching this class, let me give you an assignment. And the assignment is this. Number one, write, give the word I love my mother a bold, italic, and underline. So what I mean here is that you are going to write the word I love my mother, and this I love my mother, you are going to bold I love my mother, you are going to italics I love my mother, this I love my mother, you are still going to underline it without writing it multiple times. But that is, I want you to add three effects to these three things, which is bold, italics, and underline. So let me give you another example. So and the second assignment will just be all these things that we'll be talking about. Do your own practice and make sure you have used every tag we have used here. You can write anything to do your own assignment. So that is the second assignment. So I'll be expecting these assignments before the next class. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.